Family, friends, and colleagues. This is Richard Solomon, and this is episode 25 in our video series, Enhancing Human Relations Through the Fourth R, the Relationship Skills. And in this episode, we will discuss the 4 life positions of transactional analysis, which are depicted in this particular diagram. Now, in the previous episode, number 24, we discussed the complementary and non-complementary or cross transactions of transactional analysis. And today, we're going to examine and discuss the 4 life positions, which you see reflected here. So let's talk about these life positions and why they are important. So the first life position is called the birth life position, and it says, I'm not okay, you're okay. The second life position is one that shows, I'm okay and you're not okay. And the third life position is, I'm okay and you're okay. And the fourth life position is, I'm not okay, and you're not okay. And I added, ha. So let's review all these in greater depth and look at how people self-talk and interact with others based on these life positions. So in the first, or birth life position, the I'm not okay, you're okay, is derived from the idea that when we are born, there is very little that we can do by ourselves. We need others to help us, to feed us, to shelter us, to clothe us, to provide us with warmth and love and affection. Now, some people live in this first life position in their entire lives. These are people who feel that they are not okay, that they are not capable, they are not lovable, they will always come in second or last, and everyone else seems to be privileged. Now, before we get to the second life position, which I'll explain in a moment, I want to be clear that all of us, including myself, can live in any of these positions at any time. But the question is, do you live in a particular position, life position, most of the time, and that affects how you think about yourself and how you interact with others. So let's go now to the second life position. In the second life position, I'm okay, you're not okay, can begin as early as age 1, when children start to walk, and by age 2, when children can begin to talk and utilize the famous word no. Here is a child at age 2, and the parent requests the child to do something. The child says, no. He or she gains a great deal of power. This is a power position. I'm okay, you're not okay. Now, do you know people in this position who love to control you, who love to dominate conversations, who believe that they are the boss and everyone else is subservient to them? These are people who live in the second life position. Once again, any of us could be in this position at some time. The question is that what you say to yourself, and is that how you interact with others? Now, in the third life position, I'm okay and you're okay, is one that basically says to yourself and to the world around you, I'm okay and you're okay. I'm not perfect, I'm not great, I'm not gorgeous, I'm not fantastic, I'm not perfect. I am okay and you are okay. This is where I like to see myself as a human being and as a teacher and as a parent and as a partner and as a colleague. I'm okay and you're okay. Now, the problem with this third position is that it comes because of an existential decision you make in life, whereas the first position comes organically when you're born, and the second one can occur when you're 1 at 2 and you begin to walk and talk. But the third life position is one that comes as a result of experience. It's a decision you make at any time in your life. And I can tell you 2 times in my life where I ultimately learned to try to remain in the third life position. I'm okay, you're okay. First time came in high school when I saw that there were cliques. And I felt, coming from this position, I'm not okay, that I was not okay. And I wanted to go and be able to join these cliques. So what I decided to do is simply approach cliques or groups of people with whom I wanted to associate. Now, I'm not saying they immediately invited me to join their group, but ultimately I was able to get into any group in high school that I wished to participate in. And thus I felt I became okay and you're okay. That was a seminal time for me. The other experience of my life, and we said it could occur at any time in your life, even now, if you want to change positions, is when I was 19 or 20 years old, I traveled around Europe. And I traveled in 14 different countries. I realized that, my heavens, I can actually do this. I lived on only around $3 a day. I lived in youth hostels. I met all kinds of interesting people. Sometimes I slept on the side of the road. I had a backpack from World War II that I got from my uncle. And I was young and kind of naive, but I realized that I'm okay. I could do this, and everyone else is okay as well. So that's what happens when you're in the third life position. It's an ideal position to be in. And the fourth life position is a sad one. It's I'm not okay and you're not okay, ha ha. Have you ever met people who just enjoy hurting you? They're narcissistic. They are demeaning. They try to antagonize you. These are people who may have been abandoned as children. They never received the love and affection and the warmth that we are supposed to receive at birth. They may have been drug addicts or criminals. These were the people who most challenged me when I was a teacher, because I tried my best to reach them. And when I couldn't reach them, they were happy. These are people who love to frustrate you. And that's why we added the ha-ha. So if you try to go and reach out to them and suggest to them that they have wonderful alternatives in life, they just laugh in your face and make fun of you. So here are the 4 life positions. The birth life position, the second life position, I'm okay, you're not okay. The ideal life position, I'm okay and you're okay. And of course the sad one, the fourth life position. Now we invite you to share and discuss this handout on the 4 life positions with your family and your friends and colleagues, and perhaps mention times when you came from each of these positions, because frankly I have at times been in each of these positions. For example, the fourth life position for me was at times when I got sick, or I, as you know, my wife had Alzheimer's disease. I didn't know how to cope with that. Anytime you can live in any of these positions, but the question is it a life position? Are you there all the time or primarily? So we'd like you to discuss this with your friends and family and identify people you know who seem to live or function primarily from each of these life positions, and maybe you can even share with your family times when you see yourself in any of these 4 life positions. Now, if you want a copy of the 4 life positions, okay, of transactional analysis, all you have to do is contact me at my email address, rdsolomonphd@gmail.com, or you could take a snapshot of this handout, which will be on my Facebook page. Now, in our next episode, we will cover 8 psychological games that people play based on the theory of transactional analysis. And if you wish to comment or post questions about this video or our video series, you can share your thoughts and inquiries on my YouTube, my Twitter or X and Facebook accounts. Friends, we want to thank you so much for taking the time to watch and reflect upon what we have shared in this series, and we greatly look forward to being with you again online. So bye, and thank you so much.